Alrighty, hello everyone. So today I wanted to record something talking about how you can shift into a healing state very quickly. And let's break it down into what to do if you feel like you're not in a healing state currently. That's the key. What I want to talk about today is, what if you're feeling very stuck, very heavy, very, not in a state of growth and going where you want to, right? You're in a place of stuckness. Because that's the only difference, is stuckness, right? So the thing is, the state you want to get into is a lot closer than you realize, right? There might be so many thoughts saying how long you've been stuck for, how far away you are from healing, how many times you've gone back and forth, right? Blah, 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 blah. But healing is always accessible, right? Shifting into a state of healing is always accessible. I really want you to understand that no matter how heavy things are currently, you're exactly in the space that you need to be right now, experiencing exactly what you need to right now. So start there. Start with what you're currently experiencing. Realize that even in this state, you can shift into a state of healing, even in the state that you're currently in. It's not a million miles away, like your brain is saying. It's not. Okay. But the key is you have to start with exactly what it is you're resisting right now. So I'll give a nice concrete example, right? I had a busy weekend. I drank way too much, and then had a couple of days afterwards where I was feeling not amazing. And then my mind starts going into, maybe I should pull back on exercise, maybe, blah, 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 blah. It's like these old patterns playing out. And this morning I woke up and I was just feeling like heavy and, horrible feeling in the head and all of this kind of stuff. And the mind wants to first thing is you want to be able to see what your mind is doing, right? So this takes practice, and it's okay if you get caught up in it. But for me, it's just like, okay, I can see the resistance is there, right? There's heaviness, but there's resistance to the heaviness, right? This is where the struggle is at. And then I actually saw something helpful on Instagram, which was like a good reminder. And then it was like, when heaviness is there, it's what the body wants to feel in that moment, right? It wants to kind of, in a way you can say, it wants to process that and let it go, whether it's heaviness, symptoms, resistance, whatever it is, it's in your system, it's in your experience right now because it's being processed, right? But the mind goes into resistance to it. The mind says, I should be feeling something else, right? And that's fine. You can actually leverage that, right? You can actually shift into a different state, but you need to start with what you're feeling now. So to go back to my example, what I did is I went and I just lay down. I'd already meditated quite a lot today, and then I was just like, just lie down and just let go. You don't need to do anything, and whatever is here is here. And that was helpful. So that's the first step of this video, is start with allowing whatever is here, whatever symptoms are here, whatever resistance is here. Don't add an extra layer of resistance, and really understand that it's okay, the state that you're in. Nothing's gone wrong. You're not fucked up. You're not a million miles away from the state that you want to get into. Okay. Then the next step is use tools that and I'll give you some, but that can be helpful for shifting your state. Okay. So for me, my favorite tools are meditation, breathwork, I didn't use this today, but like nature, cold exposure, all of these are tools. And microdosing psychedelics. That's what I want to talk about today as well. I hadn't used a microdose of psychedelics in ages. And I took a low dose of LSD. And it's really... it's such a helpful tool, I suppose. I don't want to make this whole video about LSD. So if you put off by psychedelics, that's fine. Just let me talk a little bit about it, because I want to use the example of my day to day. But it's helpful because it's a tool that allows you to kind of clear a space and almost give you a step up into a kind of space where you can just see like the clarity of your resistance more, and the how easy it is to shift into like a more grateful, kind of immersive, enjoyable experience, right? So that's one aspect. From there, I did a lot of breath work and work around kind of affirmations to really kind of give me more energy, right? So maybe I'll make another video on affirmations specifically one day, which is what I want to do. But basically for me, just coming into a mixture of all of these kind of tools that I know can work, but if I'm in a very resistant heavy state, it can seem so far off to shift into a state of healing, of of gratitude, of whatnot. So for me, it was reminding myself of the tools that work. So breath work and meditation are the foundational tools that I would recommend for most people. Really kind of focusing on shifting energy through my body with meditation and breath work. I know for some people, maybe you haven't tried that kind of stuff before. I used to just do meditation, purely just sitting, allowing, being with what is. But this meditation on focusing on like moving energy through the body was really helpful to like give the body a lot of energy. Like I came away from that meditation just feeling like very energized and ready to go work out. And then I went and did like a really intense gym session. So basically, I just wanted to kind of hop on here and put that all together to say that use these tools. So start with meeting your experience as it is. Start with the resistance. Start with the heaviness, right? The heaviness in your experience. Remind yourself that it's passing, that it's going. It's not going to be all the time. And then use tools, right? So if you're not into substances, that's fine. There's non-psychedelic options, but I must kind of just point out for myself, it was a really helpful reminder. I was microdosing LSD a while ago, haven't used it for quite a while, and just a small dose today was such a helpful way to open up, like out of a state of stuckness, you could say. Like it's quite easy to get caught up in some lingering resistance, right? And then that just kind of blew it all away. And then reminded me and made me more open to doing these practices like breath work and that kind of stuff. Because often I am aware of the benefits of them, but there's resistance to doing them themselves, which I'm sure many people have experienced. So for me, that was a very helpful part of it. But yeah, just know that healing is accessible right now, right? Maybe it won't feel like it's accessible right now because you'll only feel it after you do something like a meditation or a breathwork session. But to be honest, you can take one step towards healing, right? You can take one step from I'm stuck, right? So allow the heaviness, whatever it is, to be here, but you can really shift your kind of going forward path. Really, you can. So that can be one step towards meditation that you weren't going to do, breath work that you weren't going to do. But then for me, the affirmation, the kind of focusing on filling the body up with energy, that was really key. Just today, it's nice to be able to break down exactly what I experienced today, because otherwise I can often just sit in kind of a state of allowance, but like, just very neutral, which is fine. But I wanted to go to the gym today and I could feel I wasn't quite feeling it. And best gym session ever. So yeah, I think the focusing on the affirmations, on the strengthening the beliefs in your system, right? Shifting your state of mind to I can heal, I'm healing, I'm energized, right? And then feeling that in the body. That's the key two steps, right? Because I know a lot of people with affirmations and these kind of things, it can just be like verbal distraction, right? Verbal covering up what you don't want to feel. But this is why I say start with the uncomfortable, feel it, acknowledge it, but then do affirmations, right? Do the healing, the brain retraining, the affirmations. That's all kind of linked. I am healing. I can heal. And for me, what I like to say is, I can do anything, right? I can do anything. It's this really empowering kind of state that it shifts me into. And the next step with the affirmations for me is to feel it, right? This is actually how it shifts your state in your body. This is where affirmations can be wasted and it can seem just like a load of woo-woo nonsense. But it's to shift the feeling in your body, your energetic state, from one of resistance and heaviness and stuckness to you start on a mental, verbal level with, I can do anything. I'm healing. I'm healthy. I'm attracting health. I'm attracting abundance, right? Those things can seem woo-woo, and I understand why. But for me, it works because I start to shift my state that I'm in, right? Where I start to feel, I can feel that it can feel very small at first, right? It can feel like something very small in the distance in your experience. But I start to feel like I can do anything. I can do anything. I'm healthy. I'm strong. This is how I healed the first time, like 2 years ago. It was like this daily brain retraining work. And I would get up from these sessions and I would feel energized from a state of not feeling good at all. So now it's just like titrating it in when I need it, right? Oh, okay, cool. There's the tools, right? Use the tools. But for me, the key is meet yourself where you're at. Feel what you're currently feeling. Be with your experience as it is. Allow the heaviness there. This is what I did first today. And then that. And that's, I think, the key, because some people will be resistant towards affirmations and brain retraining and that kind of stuff. And this kind of like frequency, shifting your mindset, all of these kind of more new agey terms. But from my experience, it really works if you combine it with acceptance, allowance, release, letting go of whatever's here. And then for me, now you have space to shift into a new state, into like activate these, this kind of feeling, right? So that's the key. Activate that feeling. Activate the feeling of, I'm grateful that I am full of energy, right? This is what I would do. I'm grateful that I'm full of energy. I'm grateful that I can do anything. Like I can literally do anything. And then feel that, right? Again, it can be very small, but focus on that feeling. Kind of feel that growing, that feeling growing inside you. And then you can really like start to go into that energy more. And it can really shift things. So it's not far away. It's accessible always. And it's accessible and it's powerful, right? So it's not far away, and big shifts are possible, and it gets easier with consistency, obviously, right? So if you just do a little bit, you don't have to heal everything at once, but you can do a lot more than you think, right? Taste it. 5% today, 5% more feeling into gratitude, 5% more feeling into healing is way better than 100% resistance, right? So do what you can. Don't let your mind deceive you into not doing anything at all. Alrighty, good luck. You got this. I love you. Cheers.